IDW Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 10 continues the ongoing war, I guess you could say, of the Eggman Empire, currently being led by Neo Metal Sonic, and the resistance of the unnamed, I guess you could say, planet of our hero Sonic the Hedgehog, led technically by Knuckles the Echidna, though let's be honest, folks, if anything, this series has shown us that it's actually being led by our girl, Amy Rose. And they are going off on an all out assault on Angel Island that is currently under occupation by the forces of the Eggman Empire. Let's get into it. So, Neo Metal Sonic has managed to superify himself using the power of the Master Emerald, and he literally starts wiping the floor with Sonic and Knuckles' faces. He is too fast and he is too powerful. Now, there is a basis for this, as seen in, I think it was Sonic the Hedgehog number 3, or Sonic and Knuckles. I don't remember which one specifically it was, but there we saw Mecha Sonic empower himself with the Master Emerald, becoming this gold-like sheen. However, the thing about that is, ultimately Knuckles was able to defeat that Metal Sonic. This one, however, is powered up not just by his, Neo Metal state, but chaos energy as well. And he proves to be too much for our two heroes. Meanwhile, the resistance outside is having a better time taking on the Eggman Empire's forces, which makes sense because ultimately they were able to do so in Sonic Heroes, and let's be honest, this is essentially Sonic Heroes Redux. Uh, it's also nice to see a lot of the various characters go in with various newer abilities like Rouge's bombs that we've seen in various other places, especially Sonic Heroes, SBO's giant shuriken we saw in the original Sonic Heroes, various things like that. And the real MVP here, Blaze, who manages to pretty much decimate. While we have one set of heroes taking out one wing, Blaze is taking out the other wing on Angel Island because for some reason they thought wings on it would, be the best way to go instead of just landing your ships on the actual island. But, as they're taking on that side of the Angel Island, Blaze is taking on this side all by herself. And she manages to create this massive Kamehameha style blast that just rips through that side of the plane. And I love this shot. This is amazing to look at. The art, the color, the inking, everything, even the lettering, it's all on point for this one section. It's beautiful. It's why I love Blaze, man. It's why I love Blaze. However, we cut back to this mountain town that Eggman, now known as the Tinkerer, is in, and we come to find out that Ruff and Tumble have been tasked with coming and finding this man, with the person who hired them having said that they would be a little off. So what exactly this means, what exactly they're taking him for, we'll just have to wait and find out. Though it's interesting that Ruff and Tumble are already coming back into play, especially considering that last we saw, they were being locked up. So, apparently they were either not put in a very good jail or they're very used to escaping from confines. Meanwhile, Silver and Tails take over one of the Egg Fleet ships and they start unloading on the other wing that's still up there. Barely managing to miss a lot of our other allies because they weren't really privy to the plan that was going on there. Meanwhile, we have this nice little conversation. Oh, also, I need to mention this little moment with Tangle and Vector in the background. cute as all hell. But Rouge and Amy go over the fact that Shadow has disappeared to go and do his own thing, and Rouge clarifies that it's more than likely just waiting for a sneak attack on the big bad. And as we come to find out, it's very much needed as Sonic and Knuckles are just denied at every turn. Neo Metal Sonic is managing to keep up with both Sonic and keep Knuckles away from the Master Emerald. However, they're helped out by the timely intervention of Shadow with a big damn hero moment, who comes in, siphons off the energy that Neo Metal Sonic had from the Master Emerald, depowering him and promptly bopping him in the face. However, that puts him right upon the throne, and with that, despite Sonic's warnings that being in close proximity to Neo Metal will empower him with all the copied data, you know, Shadow doesn't really listen. He's just like, are you scared of this? Come on, we can take him. We took him down before. We can take him down again. Um, However, Neo Metal Sonic didn't really need everybody's data. He just needed Sonic, Shadows, and the Master Emerald. And he begins to transform into Metal Overlord. And I love this scene where Neo Metal Sonic's body is the same, but it has the Metal Overlord face. That is nightmare fuel of the purest form right there. So the three go rushing out of the temple, of the little base on top of the shrine. They get out of there as Neo Metal Sonic just completely takes over the Master Emerald, causing Angel Island to start to plummet, and he stands revealed, mighty and powerful Metal Overlord. So it's full on Sonic Heroes right now, which I don't have the biggest problem with, but at the same time, it's kind of like, man, you kind of did all of this and you failed. What difference is it really going to make here? But, this all ties into, them wanting to just have a moment to just explain away what was actually going on with Metal Sonic during the events of Sonic Forces, because he just wasn't there and it made no sense for him not to be there. But at the same time, I would have enjoyed a little more variety in terms of what Metal Sonic actually did in this situation, but at the same time, this is also a story where Sega is keeping much more of a closer eye on the goings on of this current writing staff, so there's probably only so much they could even do with Metal Sonic. So there's limitations, but at the same time, you gotta know when there be that good balance of good creativity and stuff that Sega would prefer they do or not do. So it's hard to really tell whose choice this is at the moment. Maybe we can get some info on from Ian Flynn later down the line why he decided to just go with Metal Overlord, Neo Metal Sonic, all that good stuff. But it's been good up until this point, and it's a good segue to hopefully getting a few more original moments later down the line. There's this constant back and forth of people, not wanting things to become too different that it becomes the Archie comics all over again. But at the same time, a lot of people enjoyed the Archie comics because it was so different. So there's always just going to be that split of don't change anything and change everything. But, tell me your thoughts on this issue in the comment section below. What did you think about the thrashing that Neo Metal Sonic gave to Sonic and Knuckles, and how Shadow just basically used them as a way of just getting the jump on Neo Metal Sonic? What did you think about Burning Blaze and her burning attack, basically? It was basically that. It was Trunks' burning attack. That was a pretty cool moment, but tell me your thoughts there. What did you think about Amy basically leading the resistance? Are you glad she's actually, really showing some chops, or she's basically become technically her Sonic Boom counterpart, more or less. Especially if you ever read the Sonic Boom comics, that's this Amy right here. This Amy is more tactical. She's more willing to lead, a little more informational. she, she got a lot going on. And if you liked what I had to say here, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and subscribe for more issues of IDW's Sonic the Hedgehog. Thanks for joining me.